Hey, what up guys, it's Austin, and today's I want to talk about my honest thoughts about the Mortal Kombat 1 story mode. Now, as someone who has played the story mode 4 different times, I think I am somewhat qualified to talk about the story. Some time has passed since the release, but as a disclaimer, this video will contain some major spoilers. Now, this video will probably make a lot of people mad, but keep in mind what I am about to present to you are not facts, those are my opinions. Things you like, I might dislike, vice versa. So keep that in mind, and hopefully by the end of the video, we can still be cool. I want to start by saying that I felt lied to throughout the story mode, and it may have been my own fault, and I'm wondering if you felt the same, so let me know in the comment section. When Liu Kang said this in the Mortal Kombat 1 announcement trailer.
In my new era, the choice is yours, whether to live in quiet serenity or bloody strife.
I thought he meant me as a player. I thought I had multiple choices to make in the story mode and somewhat craft my own timeline. But as it turned out, he was talking to the characters and not the viewer. Am I the only one who thought that, or did you think the same? Let me know in the comment section. And now let's talk about the actual story mode. There is a total of 15 chapters and 4 acts, so let me talk about the different acts. Act 1 consists of the first 3 chapters, which were pretty predictable, yet entertaining. It wasn't a roller coaster ride, but no walk in the park either, just like a well-written Mortal Kombat movie. The same can't be said about Act 2, that's when things really start to get interesting. The first big whoa moment was when Kenshi lost his eyes, and I was so used to seeing him with eyes that I somewhat forgot about his canon event, how could I? But yeah, that was a big shocker for sure. In chapter 5 we learn more about Baraka. It was kind of refreshing to see a more kind side of him, having been a rich merchant in the past until the Torcut disease got the best of him. It was also the first time the Test Your Might challenge got triggered, which was a really nice touch. I didn't really care too much about Ashra, so let's move on with Act 3. This includes chapter 8 till 12, and a lot of things happened in between the chapters. We found out more about Kuan Liang and Bihan, for example. It was pretty obvious, I feel like, that there would be a clash between the brothers, but it was cool to see how Kuan Liang got his score in this timeline. Now, I do want to say that for my taste, there was a lot of attention towards the Edenians, so if you are a fan of Mileena, Kitana, Sindel, and Li Mei, this was probably the jackpot for you. For me, however, not so much. But to be fair, I feel like all Edenians had a story and personality throughout. Sindel trying to be a fair yet firm leader, Li Mei making her comeback after being generally disliked, and Mileena fighting Torcut. Out of all Edenians, Sindel probably impressed me the most. Chapter 12 was full of fan service. That's when the big twist, the Chronica Damashi twist got revealed, and the fact that there are 2 timelines. And that was one of my favorite moments right there. You may or may not know I chose the Shang Tsung ending in the Aftermath DLC, so to find out that that ending was canon as well got me really excited. I also liked how Raiden had his old MK11 Dark Raiden outfit. They also used a different voice for him. Unfortunately, he wasn't voiced by Richard Epker again, but you can tell that they used someone with a very similar voice. Sindel caused a lot of chaos once again, which was fine by me knowing what she did in MK9. Up until this point, this was probably the best Mortal Kombat story mode of all time. But come the final act, that's when it all goes downhill. Let me explain. For some reason, the writers thought it would be a good idea to introduce not only 2 timelines, but hear it from Liu Kang himself.
The possibilities are endless.
Endless possibilities, huh? If there are endless timelines, why would I care about this one? I think it's pretty lame to introduce this whole multiverse thing again, especially when this is supposed to be Mortal Kombat 1. I thought this was supposed to be a blank canvas. I get it. When you tell the same story for 30 plus years, you can hit a wall. It can be tough to keep up the same story. But with a reset and a super rich lore and history that Mortal Kombat has, why go their route and introduce endless possibilities? I don't know about you, but it was somewhat confusing to keep up with the story from that point as well. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know that the Kung Lao at the Hourglass was a Titan as well until I rewatched the footage. I thought that was just the Kung Lao from the current timeline. But it gets even worse. Chapter 15, the final chapter called Armageddon. It feels like a big and long and rough fever dream. I mean, it is so ridiculous. It's hard to explain. So you get to choose your character. I went with Scorpion, and you start running up the pyramid, and the Titan Shang Tsung also put together an army, but guess what? It's the same characters over and over. Why would they do that? Why show me 16 Scorpions, 11 Sub-Zeros, 12 Melinas, and so on, when Mortal Kombat has this rich, this huge roster? Why not just show me every single character ever introduced? I'm talking about Meat, I'm talking about Mavado, I'm talking about Tremor, all the cyborgs. That would have been truly epic, like a recreation of the Mortal Kombat Armageddon intro. But it gets even worse. You then fight against these hybrid characters, basically a bunch of create a combatant characters, but the Fever Dream edition. Half Kano, half Liu Kang, a female Quan Chi Li Mei hybrid, a fusion between Raiko and Johnny. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like this belongs in a Mortal Kombat game. This might belong in a game like Fall Guys or Fortnite, a game that doesn't take itself too serious, or maybe in a non-canon ledger ending, but to me personally, this left a pretty bad taste. We then see how Titan Kitana kills a version of the Kombat Kids, which would have been a shocker if anything made sense at that point, but after all I've seen, who cares? Who cares if they died in one of the timelines? To top it all off, let's talk about the boss battle. Literally the Deadly Alliance, Titan Shang Tsung, probably Titan Quan Chi, and you can beat them with every single character in the roster. I get it, they wanted to give us the choice to play with our favorite character, but it just doesn't make sense power level wise. Titan Liu Kang couldn't finish them, but regular Li Mei can. I feel like they should have done that differently. At the very least, let Liu Kang ambush them mid cutscene like Quan Chi did against Liu Kang, but hey, maybe that's just me. We also got a post-credit scene again, and here is how they can fix this mess. Titan Havoc literally destroys every single timeline but one, and the one remaining timeline wins, and that's the one that stays. I do not like the idea of having endless timelines, and I really hope going forward we can move away from them. So there you have it. Those were my honest thoughts about the Mortal Kombat 1 story mode. I get it, a lot of you are passionate about the game or about the franchise and don't like to hear or read negative stuff about it. Know that I too am passionate about the game and about the franchise, and maybe that's why I'm so disappointed with the final act. Again, chapter 1 to 12, probably the best Mortal Kombat story mode of all time, but the final act for me killed it personally. Once again, I do hope that we can be cool after this video, but yeah, once again, those were my honest thoughts. Well, that brings us to this video. So what do you think? Do you agree with my points or do you rather disagree with them? Please leave in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll catch you guys later. Midsound signing out. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching one of my daily videos. A special thanks to all the channel members, Patreon supporters, and merch orders. You can subscribe to never miss a video again. Hope to see you in the next one.